In the military, did you experience racism?
Oh, God. You see, a lot of people don't know, 1940, when Japanese bomb pulled off, like I say, when I went overseas. No, let's go back. I always, like, I tried to join the Navy. So I went in and they interviewed me and everything, and they told me I had a bad heart. So that's why they didn't accept me in the Navy for volunteers. I had a bad heart. So I was turned down there. But when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Uncle Sam told me to bring enough clothes for 3 days. And then I was shipped out from New York City, Staten Island, to Bombay, India. And I was in service about a year and a half overseas.
So tell me about your experience in India.
I'm getting at it now. So I was a mechanic. I was in charge of heavy equipment. Because, see, we built at Toledo Burma Road up in Burma. And a year and a half I was in India. I said, well, I can get out of the Army because I can start to complain about my heart. And so I'm trying to get out of the service because, see, what a lot of people don't know, World War II was a segregated war. We didn't eat, we didn't fight together, we didn't sleep together. The colored had their own platoon and company, and the white over here, So I said, I can get out of this. All I got to do is start to complain about my heart. So I went to the hospital. Went to the dispensary, and I started complaining about my heart. So they put me in the field hospital, and I was there for 2 weeks. And the doctor came in, and well, I had made sergeant then. I came from private to sergeant. I skipped PFC because I have to get back. One day, let's go back when we was in basic training. I'm trying to keep from working. I don't want to be the boss. So I told a guy, I was a private caper, so I was telling one of the workers, man, that ain't the way you dig a hole. You use a shovel like this, And so after 5 o'clock, I went in, the captain wanted to see me. I don't know what the hell I did now. So I went in the office, and he said, well, I like the way you handle those guys out there today, so I'm going to make you corporal. Okay, for that. And, but anyway, go back to when I was complaining about my heart, I went to the hospital. The doctor came in, he looked at my chart, and he said, Sergeant Capers says, what's your problem? I said, you got your chart, I got a bad heart, So he put the chart back down and put it to bed, and he went on by his neck. About a week later, he came back. He said, Sergeant Capers, I see you still here. I said, yeah, I should be going home pretty soon, So he looked at my chart again. He said, well, I might well tell you the truth. Ain't nothing wrong with your heart. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, ain't but 2 people in Mississippi got good hearts. I said, who is that? He said, me and you, because he was a doctor. He's from Mississippi. And he said, well, they told you had a bad heart because they wasn't accepting colored people in the Navy, for volunteering. I said, they got that over with. But World War II was a segregated war. Like I said, we were separate, separate from everything.
So when you were in India, how did the people treat Negroes then?
Well, that's when I found out that Negroes didn't have a problem, because they told us to go in a grove, don't ever travel in this Calcutta Indians by yourself, 2 or 3 people. But come to find out, they were talking about the white soldiers, really. But naturally, we was all together. But we could go, the couples could go anywhere, one could go anywhere by itself,
Mm-hmm.
So we were treated fine now. But the Indian was saying Malcolm no good back in them days. Go home, Malcolm go home, Malcolm no good. I said, what the hell I'm doing over here if Malcolm no good, But The color didn't have no problem, you know. It was whitey all the time. That's just where life was, you know. I guess they was fighting with one another, and we didn't know nothing about it. We were just labels, you know what I mean.
So after you left India, where did you go?
Well, went to Rio de Janeiro, South America, Cape Town, South Africa, and Toledo, Obama Road. I built that. Yep, we built that Toledo, Obama Road for fighters that have a place to land when they were fighting the Japanese.
So were those places beautiful to you? Because I've seen pictures of
Mountain, oh God, you know.
it was beautiful.
Toledo, Obama Road was a bad territory. You know, if you had a problem, fall off the cliff, they wouldn't even look for you because the debris was so deep that they wouldn't. You know, it was dangerous. And
Rio de Janeiro was beautiful.
yeah, beautiful scenery. If that's what you want to call it, yeah, it was sort of like Cancun, where the people go now. But if you want to see something, that's why everybody would like to go overseas because you know, well, it's mountains and stuff like that.
And so what do you remember about being in South Africa?
Well, beautiful place, but it was South. They got their own country. See, like we don't have nothing to go on. But people used to talk about South Africa. Used to talk about it. Well, hey, Africa is Africa. They got their own country. We don't have. You know, we secondary. You know, but it's a beautiful place. You know.
So apartheid was definitely in existence when you were there.
Right. Like Mandela, like when he went to prison, he came back and then he made president of South Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
So how long were you in the military altogether?
3 years and 6 months.
All right.
Until the war was over.
So you never had to fight in the war?
You have to keep on fighting, yeah. I was with the Japanese. They would build booby traps for us, you know.
But so you had to actually fight in the war? You were in battle?
No, I wasn't battling the war, but I was right in the midst of it because I had to prepare for the fighters.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was just as bad because when the Japanese started bombing, we had foxholes we had to run in until they get through bombing, and we come back out, you know.
So
you would call it fighting, it was just as bad. You was right in it.
So when you left Mississippi, and so was New York the next place that you went after you left Mississippi?
No, I left Mississippi and came to Ohio.
Oh.
Yeah.